Architecture Minute. In this episode, we're going to look at one of the most iconic works of American architecture, Frank Lloyd Wright's Fallingwater. Everybody knows this house. Let's analyze why it's such a great work of architecture. In the early years of the 20th century, Frank Lloyd Wright developed his Prairie Style architecture. Horizontal lines, bands of windows, broad roof overhangs, and natural materials were the signature features. It established Wright's reputation as a preeminent architect. But by the 1920s, a challenge came out of Europe. European architects were developing an alternative modern vernacular known as the International Style, characterized by unadorned shapes and a minimalist aesthetic. This stark architecture can be summed up with a quote from Corbusier that a house is simply a machine for living. Suddenly, Wright seemed out of touch with the times. In fact, his rival, Philip Johnson, called Wright the best architect of the 19th century. Wright loathed the International Style. He counterattacked by reinventing his own architecture. He took the clean lines of the International Style, but imbued them with a connection to nature and an integration of architectural forms. The result stunned the world: Fallingwater. It was as if Frank Lloyd Wright was saying to the Internationalist, "Don't mess with me, I see what you're doing, I'm going to show you how to do it better." Fallingwater has the horizontality of the Prairie School, reaching into the environment with dramatic cantilevers and hovering roof lines. This contrasts with vertical elements built of stone that anchor the house into native rock. Wright's contrapuntal use of horizontal and vertical elements are dynamically interlocked. Wright does not flinch from extending exterior materials to the interior, something the International Style would never consider. Stone floors are integrated with actual rock outcroppings found on site. A walk-in fireplace anchors the space and emphasizes the hearth as the center of domesticity. For the first time, Wright uses metal windows, normally a trademark of the International Style. But here they become Wrightian, with a signature Cherokee red color and the use of mitered glass to make the barrier between inside and outside dissolve. Wright successfully challenged the International Style and reinvigorated his career. Widely published, Fallingwater has had a lasting influence on both architects and popular culture. For example, King Vidor's 1949 movie The Fountainhead, a story about a genius architect, features sets by Edward Carrere that are heavily influenced by Fallingwater. In Alfred Hitchcock's 1959 movie North by Northwest, an essential character in the film is the villain's house near Mount Rushmore. Created by set designer Robert F. Boyle, it was obviously inspired by Fallingwater. And in the early 1960s, illustrator Charles Schreede produced a series of paintings for magazine ads for Motorola. The fantastic cantilevers and use of organic materials are an homage to Fallingwater. Frank Lloyd Wright's Fallingwater is possibly the most influential work of architecture produced by any American architect.